Stop settling for another glossy AI headshot that looks impressive until you try to use it as a real brand asset. The face drifts between versions, the background is baked in, and one tiny revision means starting over. A vector portrait generator gives you something far more useful, a distinctive portrait built from editable shapes that stays sharp everywhere. Most portrait generators optimize for a finished picture, not a reusable identity. You get pixels, inconsistent facial details, random lighting, and no clean way to recolor the jacket or simplify the expression. That is fine for a novelty post. It is painful when the portrait must work across a website, speaker deck, profile image, team page, and print campaign. SVG Genie turns a precise creative brief into an editable vector portrait. Describe the person, defining features, pose, expression, wardrobe, palette, composition, and illustration style. The result is real SVG artwork you can resize, recolor, simplify, and adapt without asking an image model to reinvent the person every time. The broad portrait generator search space is crowded with photorealistic headshots and one-click avatars. The useful gap is a production workflow for stylized vector portraits, consistent likeness, controlled geometry, clean separation from the background, and one editable master that can become an entire visual system. Use vector portraits for founder pages, podcast covers, conference speakers, author bios, team directories, newsletters, editorial profiles, social avatars, customer stories, wedding artwork, gifts, and branded creator kits. The goal is not photographic realism. It is recognizable character with a clear, repeatable visual language. Let us build one. The brief is a confident South Asian woman founder in her early 30s, shoulder-length wavy hair, round glasses, a calm half smile, and a violet jacket. Frame her from the chest up in a modern editorial vector style with bold shapes, warm skin tones, and a simple cream background. Now add constraints that protect the result. 3/4 pose, strong silhouette, recognizable glasses and hair, flat color blocks, limited 5-color palette, no photorealism, no text, no gradients, no cropped hair, clean negative space, and editable SVG paths. Ask for one detailed portrait and one simplified avatar variation. A few seconds later, the portrait arrives as scalable vector artwork. The face, hair, glasses, jacket, highlights, and background are separate visual elements. You can tune a skin tone, change the jacket to a brand color, remove the backdrop, soften a shadow, or simplify the small avatar without regenerating the whole person. A useful likeness comes from a few high-signal features: face shape, hair silhouette, glasses, brow line, smile, posture, and one signature accessory matter more than dozens of tiny details. Name those features explicitly. The generator needs a visual hierarchy, not a vague request to make it look exactly like someone. Compare the deliverables. A raster headshot is one frozen image. An editable vector portrait is a system. It can become a circular avatar, a wide hero graphic, a monochrome print mark, a sticker, a tiny badge, or an animated layer stack while the recognizable identity remains. Consistent. Use this prompt formula. Define the subject, age range, face shape, hair, expression, pose, wardrobe, and signature features. Then specify the portrait crop, illustration style, palette, background, line behavior, level of detail, intended sizes, and details to avoid. Finish with clean editable SVG paths and a simplified small size version. For a team set, lock the rules before generating person 2. Keep the crop, head scale, shoulder width, background shape, light direction, outline weight, palette, and expression range consistent. Change only the person-specific features. That turns a pile of portraits into one coherent company identity. Test the portrait at the smallest real size. Fine lashes, hair strands, and subtle shadows disappear inside a 48-pixel avatar. A simplified version should preserve the hair mass, glasses, face shape, jacket color, and expression. If the person is only recognizable while zoomed in, the silhouette needs more work. Use a real person's image only with permission, and do not impersonate them or fabricate endorsements. For public figures, editorial context and platform rules still matter. Smart use is consensual identity artwork, fictional characters, or a portrait of yourself, with transparent intent and enough stylization to make the result genuinely designed. Because the master is SVG, every shape stays crisp and selectable. Designers can refine the curves in Figma or Illustrator, developers can embed it directly on the web, and marketers can export PNG versions for any channel. Keep the vector as the source of truth, then derive every crop and format from it. The payoff is not one interesting portrait. It is a controlled identity asset that survives revisions and scales into a complete campaign. One approved vector master replaces mismatched headshots, repeated generation, blurry enlargements, background removal cleanup, and the awkward moment when every team member looks like they came from a different universe. You can try SVG Genie free with no credit card required. After that, credit packs start at $9 with no subscription to cancel. That makes it easy to explore several art directions, choose the one that actually feels recognizable, and build the final portrait system from a clean, editable master. So stop settling for disposable AI headshots. Go to speechgenie.com, write a precise portrait brief, generate an editable vector likeness, test it at avatar and hero size, and turn one sharp SVG master into every profile, page, deck, print piece, and campaign asset you need. Make it recognizable. Keep it editable.